This is the part first of React.js social site. Here I run JSON server on port 8000, but you will mention that if sometime it run default on 3000 port number. So before run, you can check also what is the port number that this JSON server is run. So first you check here that users list have empty array, and there is I make a video for how JSON server is set up on your system and how it can be run. So you can check my playlist, and I make a directory. I make a new folder where I run my React.js project, then go to this directory. If you want to make a folder by terminal, then command is mkdir and then folder name, and cd react.js. Here I make a project with npx command, npx space create react app and then your project name. In case I want to make social site, because it's a simple social site with the feature of CRUD operation where you can register yourself and then log in, and in profile section you can update your profile like first name, last name and all the things. And for CRUD operation, last operation is delete, so you can delete your account. So this is a mini project. If you want to expand this one, then you can. If I have time, then I will also expand this project, like comment features like the users and many more, and user can find another user. So this is the project. And for run, if you want to run in VS Code, then you can open your terminal of VS Code. First I will remove all the unnecessary file and code from React.js. This is the unnecessary for this project, so first I will remove it and remove also this screen comment, because it make a code lengthier. And remove this also png file, because it gave me some error, because I have already deleted this file. And app.css is unnecessary for me, because I'm all the styling I will use index.css for all the styling. And remove header also. I will use my custom CSS and custom classes. This remove vital by vital is unnecessary. And now run npm start, but I will run on VS Code terminal. For Mac and Windows and Linux user, they have a different command for opening this, like control then backtick. If and for other user like Windows and backtick. React.js is now running. And here I make a simple hello. Now I make another folder in src as a name as API, where I keep the localhost URL, and I need also export them. So make a variable and copy the URL where it run my data.json file. So this is the base URL, and now I make another component folder where all the file is kept which I used, like login, register, profile, dashboard, home, and extra. So I make dashboard, and another one is home.js file. RFAC is the shortcut for making a class component. You can use this extension if you download the extension related to React.js. Make a login, then register.js file. For profile, I will make a profile.js file. First I will cover the control component of React.js, where you can this is the method where you can get the data from the input field by the controlled behavior, and then after I will use uncontrolled method. Before that I make some changes in app.js file. I make a class name align center, and this class I have designed in index.css. Then import the login and design the login.js file. Star colon focus, this CSS is for like all the input field. I'd simply the outline none, and for anchor list style none, text decoration I don't want any like underline anything, so simply none. And I make a class align.center. Not design this class. First I make position relative, so I can, if a child have position absolute, then I will make, then margin 0 auto, top to rem, width I will give 650 pixel, padding bottom to rem. Now for login, here I use all the inline, how to use inline style.css file, how you can design style your inline, and after making of if you want style your with the help of make another object. So I cover all the different scenarios for styling your div. Here I use inline, and for inline you use double braces, because these braces, second braces, help to convert JSX object to JavaScript object. I give a heading login form, and padding 0.15 pixel. In this video I will simply design all the component, functional component for like home, dashboard, profile, and another, and if you want to show some error message before after the h2 heading, so I use p tag. For styling I use message style make object, and you can use this object in your inline div. Here I check if the status is success, then I will give green, and if the status is error, then I will give red. So I use a ternary operator. There are different kind of operator in JavaScript for checking your code. If you don't want ternary operator, then you can simply use if else, but this code is inside the login functional component. Here array status is not defined, so I make a define state. By default this state has empty string. By default it is false, then you can also define here boolean values, but as you wish. And now I make a form tag for input fields. Inside form I use div form control, and first input field is email, so I make a label for that. If you use state for setting or unsetting the values, or like empty the value, then it called a controlled component, because you are controlling the you're not manipulating directly, you're not manipulating DOM directly, you manipulate the DOM by the use of state. So this is the controlled behavior, and this behavior is much safer as compared to uncontrolled, because you have more access on input field, but the negative part of this feature is that you write a more code as compared to uncontrolled. But for safer inside, you can use state for manipulating input field. And there is a one concept like two-way binding. What is two-way binding? Is two-way binding is like if you getting the value from the input field and setting the input field setting the value inside the input field. So this is a two-way process. First one is getting, and then after is setting the values in input field. So this is called a two-way binding, and we can achieve two-way binding by the use of use state with the help of value, and second one is on change event. This is a design part. If you think that it is very fast or slow, then you can manipulate by the YouTube features, like play your video speed with 2x or 1.5, whatever, which speed you want. And for button I will make a class main btn and name as submit. If you want to skip this design part, then you can, but I think from my opinion you cover all these videos, because there is some part where you can miss this. So for me you can see all the videos, all part. And button I will give padding, color, background color, font weight 900, cursor is pointer. If you hover on button, then it give a finger. border is none. Border radius I will provide 4 pixel, and for input padding is 5 pixel for top, bottom, left, right, for all side. Border radius 4 pixel, border 1 pixel solid, and color I want white. Font size I make I go for 1 rem, and for label background color it's like some gray. Padding, then margin right is 8 pixel, and border radius four pixel. Border solid 1 pixel, and color I make something is some alphabet is more easy. It's like something light pink. Class is label, but I think for UI for UI way I think it's not looking so good, so I removed that class. I'm not using this class. And then form control, this is a div where each input field is live. I want display as a flex direction column. I want view as a stack one, and then form I also display flex direction column. Justify content center, align item start, weight 100, padding is 10 pixel, and left right 15, gap 20, and it's part. Now it's time for each input field select area and text area. Margin bottom I will give 20 pixel. For button I provide margin bottom as 5 pixel. So this is the basic UI. Here I also want padding from top and bottom or all side. This is in string. So I will provide 10 pixel and 15 pixel. Now for register I will copy from login on. Now I design register part, register functional component, copy the error state, also import the state, for login I change to register, REGIST registration. And in registration part I think there is 3 field required: username, email and password. I change first one is for username, value should be username, and on change I set the username by the set username state by targeting the target value. But before that I will make a state for username, and also for value if you don't use on change, then it prevent the two-way binding, so you don't able to write anything, you can't able to write anything in input field. So if you're using use state, then two-way binding is possible with the help of on change event. I copy email and username, email and password from login. I think I forget the label for password. So first I change in registration, register component, then login. Here is my password label, and copy, and then go to login and then paste. I think registration part 4 now it's complete. Now it's come to home component. Here I also use inline styling, but I pass object for inline style and styling outside of the div. First make a background color, then margin top I provide 1 rem, now use nav attribute, nav tag, and I will provide class name is nav menu. I use here link, but if I use link, then first I need to install the React router, but for simple now I simply leave it as it is. And this is the heart below nav list. style this div, margin top 1 rem, and this is user home. For nav menu, now I can style the nav bar. Background color, and I also provide border for nav, but before padding is 20 pixel and 15, and border bottom for darker than background color, so I make a orange, so differentiate the nav and below the nav bar. For anchor tag, list style is none, text decoration is none, and margin right 10 pixels. Background color we gray, and padding be 5 pixel and 15 pixel each. For font color, I make this white, border radius, because I want as a like so as a button, so I use border. Now home, and second one is dashboard. Now time for dashboard. I copy home, comment the home component and import dashboard. For dashboard, the thing is shown home and profile, anchor tag for home, profile and dashboard. Now your home dashboard part is complete. Here I am providing a div, because I make a logout button which is shown to the right. So here I use inline styling and display flex, because from home and profile peek at together, and for logout it shows to the right. So I use justify content space between, and for center I want to align item center. I think no, there is some gap. I will use baseline. This is user dashboard. So I use first header h3. Yes, here I want to display user name and their user email also. To look more effective and good, I also style this S3. I think style this small tag, style inline, font weight be 100. I think it's looking good. This is the user dashboard. And for profile, import the profile. I think till now, in next video I will design the profile section. Leave it as it is. I will